Hi dear learners. Some of you might have been confused with these terminology, like what is NFA, what is DFA, and what is partial DFA. Is there anything like partial DFA? Are they same? Is partial DFA can we call it as NFA also? Let's clear this topic. Hi everyone. Today our lesson would be about NFA versus partial DFA. Let's start this. Mm. So, what is the formal definition of finite automaton? Let's write that. So, it is the definition of a finite automaton. So, here Q is a set of states. This is finite set of input symbols. This is transition functions, and this is initial state, F is final state. We all know that. So for NFA also this is true, for DFA also this is true. Now, if I'm drawing a simple diagram, a simple transition diagram, like if there are input symbol as AB, now we are drawing like that. This is initial state, that is Q0 maybe, and by giving A, it is going to Q1, which is actually a final state. And also for giving A, it is creating self loop. So you all can tell that this is NFA. Why? Because by giving A to Q0 state, it can go to Q1. Also, it can create a self loop. So we can't determine, cannot determine. So it is non-deterministic in nature. So we can say it as NFA. Now, what is DFA actually? Let's see that. This is also, we all know, for every states, okay, for every states, there will be all transitions for all input symbols, right? This is Q1. So this is A. If this is A, we know that giving A to Q0, we can travel to Q1. And what will happen for input B? There is B, right? For B, maybe it is going to a dead state. And here also, we have to check for all possibility of inputs. Okay, maybe for B, it is going to this state. This state's name is Q2 maybe. For this also, we have to do all combinations. Like for A also, it is creating self loop. For B also, it is creating self loop. And maybe here, maybe for A, here is a self loop. Okay. So now see, for Q0 state, particularly for Q0 state, the transition for A, it is the transition for B. For Q1 also, here is the transition for B, and here is for A. Okay. And for Q2 also, here is the transition for A and B. So all states have to be covered for all inputs, right? Now, this is deterministic in nature. So we can call it as DFA. So this is nothing but DFA. We can also call it as complete DFA. Okay, this is a complete DFA. Now, the confusing part. If one diagram is like that, yes, I'm creating this red. Here, this is initial state Q0. By giving A, it is going to, by giving A, it is going to final state. And here is another self loop. And here, by giving B, it is going to this dead state. This is Q2. So here, please check carefully. For Q0, there is a transition function for input symbol A. For Q1, there is a transition function for input symbol A. And A and B also, of course, for B also. And for Q2, there is no transition function at all. So here, for Q0, B is missing. For Q2, A, B, both are missing. And here is complete. So in this type of diagram where for all states, if all possible transitions are not there, that means it is undefined. Then it is called as partial deterministic finite automata. Okay. So for all states, if all possible transitions aren't there, that is, some of the transition function are undefined, maybe absent, then it is called as partial DFA. Okay. So for partial DFA is also a DFA actually. So we can generate its equivalent NFA. For NFA also, we can generate equivalent partial DFA or equivalent DFA also. By partial DFA, we can also represent regular languages. Okay, this is also the point to be noted. And one last thing, if some state, like I'm drawing another partial DFA, maybe maybe, sorry, this is Q1, this is Q2. This is Q3. So by giving A to Q0, we can reach to Q1. By giving B to Q1, we can reach to Q2. But here for Q2, there is no transition function at all. Nothing for A and B both. So can we say it is also partial DFA? Yes, we can say. Because if there is nothing like that for a particular transition, for giving A, it is going to Q1 and also some other state, maybe Q3, maybe Q2, maybe Q1 itself. If this is happening, then only we can say it is non-deterministic, because for one input symbol, it can reach to only one state. Okay. So it is what? It is actually partial DFA, but not NFA. So in this case, what will happen? It will go to Q1, Q0 to Q1, and then Q2. But from Q2, it can reach to nowhere. Okay, so it will halt. It will halt. So halting is possible if there is no transition function from a state at all. So this is also very important point. So one more thing I have to tell. If this actually, this is transition, one second, transition function. So what is this actually? In some state, if we apply some input symbol, it can reach to some another state, right? So for a partial DFA like this, all transition function can't be applied for all cases because some of them are undefined, right? So instead, we can say this function is partial function here. Okay, not transition, but we can say it is partial. Hope this is clear to you, and please like the video, share the video, subscribe my channel. We will continue with some other video with some another interesting topic. Bye for today. Thank you.